Terry McLaurin. What's good, y'all? We got an update on Terry McLaurin. Let's talk about it.
After 20 years, you know we back on. No more Snyder, more McLaurin. 1-4 with the passion, you know we scoring. FedEx field back lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, yeah you know we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, yeah I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, yeah I need that.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Terry McLaurin as we have another update per Adam Schefter on his injury and his status for week 1 as of right now. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new content like this to the channel. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. I'm doing a Terry McLaurin jersey giveaway, and literally, long story short, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel to be entered in the giveaway. Like, it's literally free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you do that? It's literally free. If you're a diehard Washington Commanders fan, you have no reason not to be subscribed to Juan Gotti Talking Sports. And I got a chance to win a Terry McLaurin giveaway. You see him? Do it. All right, let's talk about it. Tonight, I'm going live on the channel with Juris, Protect, Tim, 8 p.m. on the channel, B Square. All right, let's really talk about it now. So, as we know, Terry McLaurin toe injury, he sustained it Monday night in the preseason bout versus the Baltimore Ravens. This is something that we've been talking about. We're going to constantly talk about until we see Terry McLaurin out there on the field. I am optimistic, I'll say that, okay? And I much rather would listen to Ron Rivera or anybody dealing with the Washington Commanders more so than the national media. And no, I'm not saying Ian Rappaport or Schefter don't have insiders, the inside scoop, or don't know what they're talking about. But I'm going to read you what Adam Schefter said, and I'm going to basically just give my opinion on it. Okay, so Adam Schefter just dropped an update on Terry McLaurin. It says, while Washington has expressed optimism about the status of Terry McLaurin, who suffered a turf toe injury on Monday night, the Commanders' wide receiver is uncertain for the regular season opener versus the Arizona Cardinals, per sources. McLaurin will work to be ready for the start of the season, but it's too early to say whether he will be. His injury typically is a multiple week injury. Okay, so again, I'm not discrediting Adam Schefter, but what I will say is this is something that we already knew. You know, this is not anything that's going to be new news to us. For the past couple of days, we've known Terry is dealing with a mild toe sprain. Now, he classified it as turf toe. I'm not sure if Terry's big toe injury is necessarily turf toe specifically, but it could be. But I'm definitely optimistic about it, okay? I will say this. Terry, it doesn't need to be in no rush to come back. And I'll be honest with you. I'm not trying to overlook the Arizona Cardinals, but if it was one game that Terry McLaurin could afford to miss, is this one that we play week 1. Okay? Now, as far as like his stats and stuff like that, I already made the video on it. This is probably going to hurt his stats because I think he has the opportunity with Sam Howell as quarterback to be in that top 5 discussion this year. But if he has to miss time, he is going to be affected stats-wise. But who cares about stats if we're winning games, right? And the thing is about it, though, Terry is a warrior. Terry's going to do whatever he got to do to get out there week 1. He has multiple weeks to heal before we even have to determine what his status is going to be like for week 1. He has all the rest of this week because he didn't practice all this week, obviously, and he won't be practicing all next week because nobody will be practicing next week because they'll be preparing for the Cardinals. And then the week of the Cardinals practice, I wouldn't practice Terry until probably maybe walkthroughs on Friday. But if they want to be more secure and more careful with this, I probably wouldn't even let Terry practice until we do warm-ups on Sunday. I would rather have him just be a game-time decision and a pre-workout to determine whether he's good to go for week 1 more so than anything. But Terry being uncertain for week 1, it's a little concerning, but at the same time, he goes on to then say it's too early to tell what he is going to be, what his status is going to be for week 1. So how can you say he's going to be uncertain or he is uncertain per sources, but then later say his status is unknown at this moment? You know, that's kind of like you're talking in two, if that makes sense, right? He's saying sources inside are saying that he's uncertain, but then he's again saying that he doesn't know what his status is. Again, maybe he got some inside voices, in the commander's room that we don't have, that's telling him something. But again, it's like he mentioned, it's too early to tell. We're still two weeks and like 3 days away from week 1. Okay, and again, if Terry has to miss a couple games, the Cardinals game and the Broncos game are the two that I wouldn't mind him missing. Like, if he has to make his debut versus the Bills, that's probably the perfect week. Like, I'm not discrediting the Broncos because I know they have a hell of a defense. Okay, but what more so is giving me confidence that we'll be fine without Terry somewhat if he has to miss both week 1 and week 2 is what I saw from Jahan Dotson on Monday night. When Terry went down, Jahan Dotson immediately took over. Okay, we have weapons galore. Terry is obviously the best receiver on this team and obviously the best player on this whole entire team. And we need him to be successful. But this isn't years past where all we had was Terry McLaurin. Okay, this is now where we have Jahan, we have Curtis, we have Deami, we got Brian Robinson, we got Logan Thomas, we got Cole Turner, we got Antonio Gibson. Okay, and obviously we got Sam Howell. But what's, like, again, giving me more confidence than all the players I just named is Eric Bieniemy. Okay, I know Eric Bieniemy is going to find a way to scheme this team to success without a Terry McLaurin in there. Again, I didn't even mention a Byron Pringle, who we know can be really good for this team because of what he has, the connection with Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City. So he's a guy that can come in and contribute. If everybody can contribute, the impact of Terry McLaurin is not going to be as felt. But then if we go out there and we're struggling, we're then going to miss Terry. Okay, I don't want to overjudge this situation, but my stance on it right now is like I'm 50-50 on do I think he'll play week 1. I'm more so rather him not play week 1 and like force it because it's Arizona and I still fully expect to beat them without Terry. But if Terry feels good, then that's a whole nother thing. But if it's like, oh, Terry just wants to be out there with his guys and he's a warrior. This is the same guy that played with 2 sprained ankles. So I don't think if Terry can't play, like I don't think if Terry couldn't play or Terry could play, he would miss this game. But I would rather him just be like, hey, I'm probably like 80%. But week 1, week 2, I'm able to go. Or week 3, I'm able to be 100% Terry. I'd rather have that than Terry go out there 80% versus the Cardinals. And then that thing continues to nag him for the remainder of the season. This is definitely bad timing. And I prayed to the injury reaper. You know what I'm saying? I prayed to the injury reaper, bro. And he already got me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get me that bad, but he got me, bro. I tried my best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept saying, anybody but Terry, bro. If you got to take anybody, just don't take 1-7. And obviously, Jonathan Allen's dealing with an injury. I don't know if it's going to be that serious, but you never know if that's something that could linger the whole year. Obviously, Logan Thomas, Chase Young. So we're pretty battered up already, but it's also like it's not that deep because none of it is like season-ending injury. And like a lot of people mentioned before, once you have that day 1 of training camp, you're never technically 100% healthy. It's all about a tolerance. So maybe Terry and John, because Chase Young stink. I think Chase will be fine. Chase will be good. But those 2 guys specifically, they'll probably just be able to have to go through a pain tolerance throughout the season. And I think they could fully do it. Does it suck for Terry because I think this was going to be the year that he could have had 1,500 yards and had a breakout year? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Terry would much rather have team success over his personal success. Because at the end of the day, we know how good Terry McLaurin is. And if our team is winning consistently and we're put on a national stage consistently and we're winning on a national stage consistently, the whole NFL is going to find out. So there you have it. Per Adam Schefter, Terry McLaurin has a toe update, and he's saying in the beginning of his caption that he's uncertain for week 1 per sources, but then he says it's still too early to tell. Who knows what Adam Schefter is trying to say? But I'll keep you guys posted, updated on it every single time we get new news on Terry. Just keep him off his foot, keep him rested, and we'll see where he's at in a couple of weeks. I would not be surprised if he plays week 1. But then I wouldn't be surprised if we just decide to hold him out because we want to be cautious with him, you know? So with that being said, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. And tonight, I will be going live on the channel with Tim, with Jers from the corner, with Protect Sports at 8 p.m. So please come through for that. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. See you next time. I'm out. Peace.